Prudence, indeed, will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations pursuing invariably the same object evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty, to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. But when is it that a fringe rebellion motivated by light and transient causes transforms into a just fight for the rights of man against absolute tyranny? And who is it that judges this? History has dictated that the American Revolution was a righteous war fought by a people yearning to be free. But what shall history say of Catalonia? Once an independent nation, Catalonia was joined to the Kingdom of Aragon through a royal marriage in the year 1150 AD, and by 1714 she was conquered by King Philip V in a final push of the birth of a unified Spain. Many kings attempted to impose Spanish culture upon the Catalans, but they rejected it for their native tongue and native culture. Due to their defiant, independent nature, they were given general autonomy up until the Spanish dictator, Francisco Franco, attempted to destroy Catalan separatism permanently. Upon the death of Franco, however, Catalonia regained an element of self-government, but this didn't stop the independence movement from steadily growing up until recent years, and even now. On October 1st, 2017, a referendum was held by the local Catalan government, headed up by Carles Puigdemont, in order to trigger the separation of Catalonia from Spain. It was met, however, with harsh resistance from the Spanish federal government. It was a strange scene as police, on orders from Madrid to shut down certain polling stations, formed a bulwark against hopeful voters. Catalan policemen and firefighters stepped in to defend the citizens attempting to vote, as the federal police beat down those citizens who just wanted to practice their right to self-determination. Yet of the 2.2 million valid votes, over 90% of them favored Catalan independence. It seems to be the case that throughout history, Catalans have never been able to quell their desire for autonomy and self-determination. Even now, they feel that the Spanish government does not properly represent them. The tension only grows further as Catalonia continuously bears more and more weight of Spain's financial crisis. The American Declaration of Independence claims that as a government piles up offenses against the populace and further deviates from the path of preferred governance, that a people has the right to rid themselves of that government and establish a new one. Yet clearly not all revolutions are necessary or even warranted. So the question that then presents itself is not an easy one to answer. Who is it that decides the merits of a revolution? Is it the global public? And if so, should we seek their consent? Or perhaps history is the only judgment that matters as it relates to revolutionary acts? The revolutions memorialized in history are far-off dreams, entrenched in established narratives. We know that the American War for Independence was successful and just. We know that the Confederate secession was a failed attempt to destroy the Union. And we know that the French Revolution was a successful and necessary victory against the detached monarchy. And we know that the Whiskey Rebellion was something that was rightly put down by the newly instituted U.S. government. We also know that all is right in the world. The borders are accurate. The governing authorities, while perhaps needing revision, are generally sufficient. There is no need for lines to be redrawn along cultural, religious, or ethnic boundaries, and there is most definitely no need for revolutions in our modern, enlightened era. The saying goes that history is written by the victors, but perhaps our judgment of history is written to make us comfortable with our present reality.